Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you all are well. Alhamdulillah, we have completed our first lesson. Today I am going to start second lesson, that is parallel lines. The basic concept of this lesson already we discussed in previous class, but today I am going to revise all the concepts. Okay. So first of all, what is parallel lines? Okay. The lines which do not intersect each other and passing from same distance. Okay. The lines which do not intersect each other and passing from same distance are called parallel lines. So here line L and line M are the parallel lines. Okay. Again I am repeating, the lines which do not intersect each other, that means these lines do not intersect each other. They are passing from this same distance, that means the distance between these two lines is same. So this type of lines are called parallel lines. Okay. The lines which are coplanar, do not intersect each other and passing from same distance are called parallel lines. So these are the parallel lines. These also the parallel lines. Okay, line A and B are the parallel lines here. These three lines are also parallel lines. Line A, line B, line C. These three lines are also the parallel lines. Okay. L, M, N. What the idea of parallel lines? The lines which do not intersect each other and passing from same distance are called parallel lines. So maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. The condition is they do not intersect each other and they pass through the same distance. Okay. So such type of lines are called parallel lines. Okay. Now the next is, what is transversal? Okay. Next is transversal. Okay. So transversal is a line which intersect parallel lines. So a line which intersect parallel line is called transversal. So suppose here line A and B are the parallel line and this line L intersect these parallel lines. So line L is a transversal. Okay. These are the parallel lines and it is transversal. Okay. So the line which intersect parallel line in two distinct points called transversal. Suppose here one more example. These three are the parallel lines. Line A, line B, line C, and this line L intersect these three parallel line at 3 points. So line L is the transversal. Okay. Okay. Now one more example. Suppose these are the parallel line and these two lines are intersect this parallel line. So they are the transversal. So here A and B are the parallel lines. Line L is transversal and line M also transversal. In short, transversal is a line which intersect parallel line is called transversal. Transversal simply a line which intersect parallel line. So here line L is a transversal because it intersect two parallel lines A and B. Here line L is a transversal, it intersect parallel line ABC. Yet there are two transversal, line L is also a transversal because it also intersect parallel line. Line M is also a transversal. What the idea of transversal? So parallel lines are the line which are passing from same distance, do not intersect each other, like that. Okay, passing from same distance, do not intersect each other, called parallel. And a line which intersect parallel line is called transversal. Okay. Next is intersect. Intersect made by parallel line and transversal. So suppose here these are the parallel lines, line L, line M and line N. Okay. And line L intersect these three parallel lines. So line L is a transversal. and due to the transversal, the segment cut off. Here suppose it A, B, C. The segment cut off due to the transversal and parallel line is called the intercept. So here AB is one intercept and BC is one intercept. What the idea? The segment cut off due to the parallel line and transversal is called intercept. Again I am repeating, the segment cut off due to the parallel line and transversal is called intercept. So here AB is an intercept, BC is also an intercept. Okay. Now suppose here one more example. A, B, C are the three parallel lines and L and M are two transversal. Okay. So due to the line L, that intercept made is XY and YZ. XY is one intercept and YZ is one intercept. Okay. Due to the line M, that means line this transversal, the intercept made P, Q and QR. Okay. The segment cut off due to the parallel line and transversal is called intercept. So due to this transversal, the intercept is XY. Next is YZ. Due to this due to this transversal, the intercept made intercept cut off is PQ and QR. Okay. So intercept is nothing but the segment cut off due to the parallel line and transversal. Okay. Next is angle formed by parallel lines and transversal. Okay. Now see here, line A and line B are the parallel lines and line L is the transversal. Okay. So due to this transversal, total 8 angles are formed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So first of all you have to remember angle, total 8 angles are formed by parallel lines and transversal. Okay. Remember this point. Now we have to discuss types of angles. That means which type of angles are formed here. Okay. I am giving the name to these angles. So let this is angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. This is angle E, F, G and H. Okay. The first type of angle is formed is corresponding angles. Okay. So corresponding angle. See here, angle A, angle E are the corresponding angle. Next, angle D and angle H, that is above the parallel line and below the parallel line. So first corresponding angle, angle A and angle E. Okay. Next is angle D and angle H. Okay. From this side, angle B and angle F. Next is angle C and angle G. That means there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles are formed. Okay. This is the first type, corresponding angle. Now the second one is alternate angles. Alternate angles. Okay. So alternate angles are of 2 types. Exterior alternate angles are interior alternate. Exterior and interior you can understood easily. Exterior means exterior part of the parallel line. Interior means interior part of the parallel line. In exterior part alternate angle, alternate means alternate. One is angle, see this, okay. So exterior part alternate angle, angle A and angle G. Angle A and angle G, okay. Now one more, angle B and angle H. Angle B and angle H. These are the exterior alternate angle. Now in interior part, angle D and angle F. Angle D and angle F, okay. Angle C and angle E. Angle C and angle E. These are the alternate angles. Out of these 2 pairs of exterior alternate angles and 2 pairs interior alternate angles. Okay. Now the third one is interior angles. Interior angles. Interior means interior part of the line. So interior part from left side angle D and angle E, angle D and angle E. From right side, angle C and angle F, angle C and angle F. This is the third category. Now the one more is number 4 is vertically opposite angle. You are familiar with vertically opposite angle, or in short we can say that opposite angle, vertically opposite angles. Okay. Now vertically opposite angles are angle A and angle C, cross. Okay. Angle A and angle C. Next is angle B and angle D. Angle B and angle D. Okay. Next from here angle E and angle G. Okay. And next is angle F and angle H. These are the vertically opposite angles in cross. Okay. Or you can say that opposite angle, like that. Opposite angles or vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle are of this type. This are the vertically opposite angle, and this are the vertically opposite angle. Okay. Now the last is linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. Okay. Linear pair of angles means the angles which lie in a one line. So these angles lie in a one line. So angle A and angle B. Angle A and angle B. Next from below side angle D and angle C. Angle A and angle D. Angle B and angle C. Now from this side angle E and angle F. Angle E and angle F. Angle F and G, H and G, E and H, so on. Okay, these all are the linear pair of angles. That means the angle which lie in a one line. Okay, all are the linear pair of angle. So these are the types of angles formed by parallel lines and transversal. Okay, so remember this. One is corresponding angle. So there are total 4 pairs of corresponding angles are formed. Alternate angles, 4 pairs of alternate angle. 2 are the exterior alternate angle and 2 are the interior alternate angles. Next are the interior angle, that means interior part of the parallel line. 2 pairs of interior angle. Then the vertically opposite angles and linear pair of angles. This type of angles formed by parallel line and transversal. Okay. States properties of angles formed by parallel lines and transversal. That means the types of angles formed due to the parallel lines and transversal. What are the properties of that angle? The first one is corresponding angle. So pair of corresponding angles are formed. Pair of corresponding angles are congruent. Okay. So pair of corresponding angles formed by the parallel lines and transversal are congruent. This is the first property. We have discussed first type of angle, that is corresponding angle, and total 4 pairs of corresponding angles are formed, and the pair of corresponding angles are formed by parallel lines and transversal are congruent. Okay. This is the first property. So here L and M are the parallel lines and this P is the transversal. So angle form A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So pair of corresponding angles are congruent. So the first corresponding angle, angle A, congruent to angle E. Okay. Next angle D is congruent to angle H. Now the third corresponding angle, angle B is congruent to angle F. Okay. Next angle C is congruent to angle G. Okay. This is the first property. Pair of corresponding angles formed are congruent. Now the second one is alternate angles. Pair of alternate angles are congruent. Okay. So that means alternate angles are also congruent. So alternate angles are exterior angle A congruent to angle G, angle B congruent to angle H. These are the exterior alternate angle, and interior angle D is congruent to angle F, angle C is congruent to angle E. Okay. Next, third property is interior angles. So pair of interior angles are supplementary. Next, pair of interior angles are supplementary. Supplementary, that means their addition is 180. So interior angles, angle D and E. So angle D plus angle E is equal to 180. Supplementary means their sum is 180 degree. From this side, angle C plus angle F is equal to 180. So this is the third property. Pair of interior angles are supplementary. Okay. Now the fourth one that we have discussed, vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay. So all vertically opposite angles are congruent. Pair of vertically opposite angles are congruent. Pair of vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay. So A is congruent to C, B is congruent to D, E is congruent to G, F is congruent to H. Okay. Now the last is fifth one property, that is linear pair of angle, and you know that linear pair of angles are supplementary. Linear pair of angles are supplementary. Okay. So that means their addition is 180. So angle A plus angle B is equal to 180, angle D plus angle C is equal to 180, angle A plus angle D is equal to 180, so on. Like that, example, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180, linear pair of angle. Angle D plus angle C is equal to 180, linear pair of angle. These are the linear pair of angles. So these are the properties of angles formed by parallel lines and transversal. First one, pair of corresponding angles formed are congruent. That means all four pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. Next is pair of alternate angles are congruent. That means alternate angles formed by parallel lines and transversal are also congruent. So total four pairs of alternate angle, two are the exterior and two are the interior. Next, pair of interior angles are supplementary. So interior angle that are supplementary, that means their sum is 180. Now the fourth one is pair of vertically opposite angles. So these are the vertically opposite angles are congruent. So A is congruent to C, B is congruent to D, and so on. Now the last is linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles are supplementary, that means their addition is 180. So see here, angle A plus angle B 180, angle D plus angle C 180, so on, angle E plus H is equal to 180, F plus G is also 180. All the linear pair of angle, their sum is 180, that means they are supplementary. So here we have completed all the basic part of this lesson. I hope you understood all the basic part, that means what is parallel line, what is transversal, what is intercept, and the types of angle formed by parallel line and transversal and their properties. Okay. Let's revise. First is parallel lines. Lines which are coplanar, do not intersect each other and passing from same distance are called parallel lines. So parallel lines are coplanar, do not intersect each other and passing from same distance. Transversal, line which intersect parallel line called transversal. Transversal is a line which intersect parallel lines. Next is intercept, segment cut off due to transversal and parallel line called intercept. Segment cut off due to transversal and parallel lines called intercept. Okay. Now the next is types of angles formed by transversal and parallel lines. There are 5 types of angles are formed by transversal and parallel lines: corresponding angles, alternate angles, interior angles, vertically opposite angles, linear pair of angles. These 5 types of angles are formed by transversal and parallel lines. So corresponding angle, there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles are formed. You see here in this figure, angle D, angle H, angle A, angle E, so on. Now the next is alternate angles. There are 4 pairs of alternate angles. 2 are the exterior and 2 are the interior. Next is the interior angles. There are 2 pairs of interior angle, one from left side, one from right side. Okay. Now the properties of angles formed by transversal and parallel line. First is corresponding angles. Pair of corresponding angles are congruent. So pair of corresponding angles are formed are congruent. See here in figure, angle D is congruent to angle H, angle C is congruent to angle G, angle A is congruent to angle E, angle B is congruent to F. That means pair of corresponding angles formed are congruent. Next is properties. Pair of alternate angles are also congruent. So alternate angles here, angle D is congruent to angle F, angle A is congruent to angle G, angle C is congruent to angle E, angle B is congruent to angle H. Pair of alternate angles are also congruent. This is the second property. Now the third one is pair of interior angles are supplementary. Pair of interior angles are supplementary, that means their sum is 180. So angle C plus angle H is equal to 180, angle B plus E is equal to 180. Fourth one, pair of vertically opposite angles are congruent. So pair of vertically opposite angles form are also congruent. So angle D congruent to angle B, angle A congruent to angle C, angle H congruent to angle F, angle E congruent to angle G. So all vertically opposite angles are congruent to each other. So there are 4 pairs of vertically opposite angles are formed. Next is number 5, linear pair of angles are supplementary. So linear pair of angles are also supplementary, that means their addition is 180. So angle D plus A is 180, angle C plus angle B is equal to 180, so on. Write in your notebook and read it 2-3 times, then you can you remember and you could recall all the concepts. These concepts is very much important to solve the sum. In next lecture we will discuss some theorems and then we will start practice set 2.1. Assalamu alaikum, jazakallahu khair.